Whoa, what's going on, guys? So, we're heading out right now for a big boy freaking leg day. We're feeling good, feeling strong, we're feeling heavy today. We're filling out the sleeves again. I guess this one I never didn't, but look at that. That's a nice look right there. Feeling good, baby. Feeling good, smiles on my face. We're about to destroy a leg day. I think, freaking, knock on wood here, today will be the day we're back over 230. I think. I'm feeling pretty confident about it. Just basing on how I felt yesterday, how I ate yesterday, how I'm feeling today. Because yesterday we were close. We were 229.6. My only caveat for that is because my blood sugar was a little funky yesterday, I ended up having two of my regular full meals, plus like that extra big cookie and stuff prior to the gym. So I'm hoping those extra calories and weight of the food didn't add that weight to me. Excuse me, I was yawning, but I was keeping it in. You see what I'm saying? So you want me to find out? We're going to find out today. Obviously the weight itself doesn't matter. It's all in our head. Although we wear it on our skin, obviously, but how I'm going to perform in the gym today isn't truly affected if the number on the scale says 231 or 228, let's say. Mathematically, sure, of course it does affect how I'll train, but me seeing that number doesn't actually make it stronger or better, because today I have the body that I have, and all I can do with the body that I have every day is, well, make the absolute best of it and have the best workout I possibly can. But today we're throwing care to the window, throwing it out, because I do think, knock on wood again, we're going to be over the 230 marker. I freaking hope so, man. I feel like not a couple years ago, let's say last year, right? My safety net weight was about 225. Excuse me. Where if I slipped up a day, something like that, I'd lose a little bit of weight, but I really wouldn't dip under 225. That 225 this year became my 230. Getting sick or something is totally different. But I haven't been under 230 in a long time. Aside this illness, even when I got sick, when I had my shoulder infection thing going on, I only went down to 228, and then it bounced back in 2 days. So I really don't count that, because it was still in that range, but not when I was friggin' 222, 224, whatever I was from this. So, I thought we were about to hit a lot of traffic for a second. I saw one car stopped on the side of the road, and I was like, oh, don't tell me it's gridlocked. We're good, baby. But yeah, man, what do I know? The only thing I do know is that regardless of what that scale says today, we're gonna have an awesome leg day, and that's all that matters. I have to make sure, and I mean make sure that I go to bed tonight very early, because I have this family weekend thing my girl does with her whole family way out east on Long Island. And that's tomorrow. Now, she has things Sunday. I have a lot to do on Sunday, a lot of work to do this weekend. So I can't really spend the night. So that means we're driving home tomorrow as well. But because we're not going to spend the night, obviously we have to get there as early as possible. So we want to be there around, let's say, 10:30 in the morning, give or take. Now, my gym is not out there, and tomorrow is arm day. Big boy arm day, baby, you know? We're going to make these little babies grow. So what am I going to skip arm day? What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? No, of course not. Get out of here. What we're going to do is, we're going to wake up after this nap. Excuse me. We're going to wake up, probably get up around 5, maybe a little earlier, just as like an insurance policy. 4:30, 4:45. That's a weird looking Honda Prologue. I haven't seen that one yet. Oh, but the lady's smoking a vape, so she doesn't have good taste. But yeah, get up 4:30, 4:45, I'd say. Get one meal in me, and then get to the gym, train. One meal, not ideal, but what are you gonna do, right? It's not a normal day, and it's better than missing the workout or moving it. That's a much better situation, because then if I move it a day, it affects my entire next week, because then I'll train my biceps the day before back, my triceps 2 days before chest, and it spirals out of control. So one meal instead of 2 prior to the gym is just, call it a lesser of 2 evils, right? It works. So we'll get up once again, 4:30, 4:45, something like that, get a meal on us, hang out with the pup for a little bit, go train, go back to the house, have meal 2. From there, we're going to drop the pup off and shoot out east. Could be a lot worse. And I don't mind long drives, you know, but I need to allot enough time to make sure I can get that second meal in post-workout. Because I know when I get there, if it's mealtime and I'm out there, of course I'm going to eat. But I'm not going to train and then drive an hour and a half without a meal in me. That's not happening. You know, at that point I'm asking for trouble. So we're going to do what we have to do, get that second meal in us post-workout, immediately post-workout, and then probably grab one of my Abe drinks. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the Batty Betty, the Orange Burst yet. We'll see what happens tomorrow when I wake up. Sip on that and shoot out there, baby. That'll be a good day. Be a lot of fun. It's a couple little kids too, so good time. Good time with the peeps. Good food, more importantly. You know, we're not going to say which is best in what order, but I love my steaks. I like kids and I love my steaks. You know what I mean? So here's what I'm thinking today. Oh, by the way, Liquid Death, this is water, right? If you've ever seen this brand before, it's pretty cool. It's like this Icelandic something water. When it's cold, when it's like iced cold, it tastes like, the best way I can describe it is melted ice. This really crisp would be a good way to describe it. Really crisp. Now, I forgot my water today. Not that I forgot it. I forgot to fill it up. So there's like a quarter a gallon in there. And I want that for the gym. I didn't want that for this morning. I don't know about you guys, but I keep water in my car. Because if I don't have my water one day, I'm upset. And I want to make sure that I have it. I'm going to a meeting, you know what I mean? Or I'm going to talk on the phone. My throat dries up like that so fast. So I want to make sure I'm good. So I keep these in like the undercarriage of my truck, where like the spare tire is, because I don't like anything in my truck. Guys, you know how you are too, probably. if you get out of your car, you like it to be empty. There's nothing in there. You get up to it, you get into an empty car every day. It's nice. There's no shit in the trunk. There's no garbage on the floor. Clean, empty, beautiful, pristine. Not in a weird way. There's just no shit all over the place, right? So those I like to tuck under in the where the spare tire is. But if I had plastic water bottles in there in the middle of the summer, and I need one, all that plastic has been, melting into the water from the heat for God knows how many weeks and months. But these are metal, right? So with these, there's no plastic leaching into my water. I'm good. That's my thought process behind that, at least. So, as far as my leg day is concerned, here's what I'm thinking, right? So we're gonna go in there, change the shoes. I actually broke my lifting shoes yesterday. I don't think I told you guys yet. So I accidentally broke my lifting shoes yesterday. They've been a little stringy is the wrong word, but where I would pull the first tie, like the first string, the part I would pull, like the leather on the shoe, was starting to come apart a little bit, and you'd see like the cotton underneath. A little bit. On the left shoe. And on the right shoe, the same thing happened. Now, yesterday, when I went to tie the right shoe, I heard like a when I pulled, I'm like, oh, shit. So, that right shoe is basically hanging on by quite literally, like, call it 5 cotton fibers. So that's going to rip off today for sure. As soon as that happened, I immediately went on Amazon while I was in the locker room. Ordered a new pair of shoes. Now, I wear a size 11. So if I were going to order the 10s, they'd have been here today. But I guess the Amazon warehouse has the 10s, they didn't have the 11s, whatever. So I might have to come straight from their warehouse. So it said they're going to be here August 23rd. Which, is that ideal? No. Am I going to put off ordering them because of that? No, because then they're just going to get here later, right? So I ordered them before I even started working out yesterday. I'm like, I need to get this done now before I forget and I mess up a couple other workouts. I don't think, aside comfort, I don't think it's going to affect my workout at all, really. So I'm not worried about it. But it's more so when something like that happens, man. You want it just... I like things taken care of fast. Not that I'm impatient. I have the patience of a freaking saint. But when something's wrong, I want it taken care of immediately. If it's in my control. You know what I mean? And getting shoes is something that's in my control. Not when they have to be shipped. You know, I'm very particular with my gym equipment. I've been buying the same lifting straps every time I rip through them. Not fully rip, but when I can tell they're going to tear soon. I buy the same brand lifting straps for a long time. I've had one, and I mean one, Cardillo weightlifting belt. I had like a Harbinger one back in the day, and then like some other Velcro one before that. Whatever. And once my Harbinger one started to fall apart, it was one of the ones with the big padded back, and then it like, when you go to buckle it, it's way more narrow. Eventually, like, I had like pen markings on it and stuff, and my name was on the back of it, and like a red pen I wrote it on. But eventually I knew I needed something a little bit better than that as I got more and more into lifting, obviously. So I went and picked up a Cardillo powerlifting belt. Not the lever action ones, just the regular prongs, the double prong. Because my thought process to me was, hey, if I'm a bodybuilder and I'm not a power lifter, there's no way I'm gonna break through a powerlifting belt. It's gonna last me a while, and it's gonna do exactly what I want it to. Sure enough, I've had that thing for maybe 7 years so far, something like that, give or take. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. Probably about 7 years, maybe a little longer, but I just don't want to over exaggerate. There's like a little piece of leather, like flickered off a little bit, a teeny bit off the tip of the belt. Besides that, it is pristine. You know, the holes I normally stick in are broken in, obviously, but they haven't gotten any bigger. They're fine. Everything's perfect. I love that freaking belt. What's funny is when I bought a belt for the first time, I had no idea how to measure my waist because I wear a large Cardillo powerlifting belt. I don't know what that means to you, but I wear a large. So when I measured my waist first, I'm like, and I was young and naive, so, you know, give me some slack. I'm like, oh, according to this measurement, I must wear a small. So I got a small. And then I put it on. It wouldn't fit like the smallest bikini girl you've ever met. Like, it wouldn't fit anybody. Like, I'm lucky if it would fit my dog as a collar. It was like maybe this big. It was ridiculous. So, I owned a gym at the time where I trained clients, things like that. So instead of returning the belt, because I'm lazy, call it what it is, lazy sometimes, that stuff, with returning, absolutely. But I ended up just bringing that belt to the gym and leaving it there. I'm like, cool, we have a small belt for a little lady that comes in one day. We're good. I gotta get myself a bigger size. I can probably count on my hand how many times that little belt has been used in that gym. It's just on the belt rack, sitting there lonely, collecting dust. But leg day. Because we're approaching our exit. Get the rest of that sugar in. I gotta hop down this pre in a minute, but we got time. So leg day. We're gonna go in there, you know, get changed, whatever, etc. Weigh ourselves. Put on the broken shoes. Warm up extensions. Real lightweight, 30, 40 pounds, something like that, 3 sets. Into pendulum squat, leg press, RDLs, hack squat maybe, but I think I might prefer that later on. I'm not sure yet. Let's just say hack squat for now. Hack squat. Then we have the accessories. So we have the hamstring, we have the donkey calves, into hamstring curls, extensions. No. Donkey calves, inners, outers, hamstring curls, extensions, sissy squats, posing, stretching, and then, baby, it's time to eat. And it's time to fuel those freaking legs. So post-workout meal is always the same for me. I always do, you know what I mean, I'm a sucker for the eggs. I do 14 egg whites with 3 cups of white rice. I usually do jasmine rice. Another one of those fruit juices. And that's good. That's my post-workout meal. It's a lot of stuff that digests pretty quickly. So I'm usually, it's funny, sometimes after my appetite's shot for a while, or at like 2.5 hours, I'm like, I can eat. That's what I'd meal for. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Until then, after I eat, I'm going to have to run back out to the grocery store, pick up some food. I wish I could just grab it on the way home, but I need to have that meal as soon as possible. So, for the sake of anabolics and being anabolic, we have to spend a little more time, go home first, eat, then go back out, do whatever grocery shopping we have to do, and then we'll take a shower. I'd rather just get it all done, shower, and then I'm working for the rest of the day at home. So not a very exciting day later, but one that certainly has to get done. God, there's nothing I hate more on the road than cyclists. Nothing. Alrighty. So we're close enough now. Gotta listen to the pop, you know that. Beautiful. Cheers, my friends. Okay. All black everything. Heard me say it once. You'll hear me say it again. 1 scoop of the Stim Pre Cherry Cola. 1 scoop of the Tiger's Blood Pump. 1 scoop of unflavored creatine. Mix that up with enough water. And my friends, you're ready for a damn good workout. I do have to pick some new flavors soon. I'm running a little low. I'm such a creature of habit because those flavors have been good to me. And I like them. But I've tried the other flavors too, and they're really good. One of the guys I did a photo shoot with for All Black Everything, you'll see that stuff later. But he had a bubblegum flavored Stim. Was it a Stim or it was a Stim? So, what's that guy doing? He's like, you gotta try it. So if you've ever tasted your brother's pre-workout, sounds weird, it's a weird sentence. You ever tasted your boy's pre-workout? You gotta know about the lick and dip, right? Lick and dip method. Basically take your finger, dip it in, like one of those fun stick candies when we were kids. You ever see those where it's like the white chocolate, not white chocolate, I'm sorry. It's like a white solid sugar stick, kind of like a popsicle. You dip it in the different flavors, you suck on it. Those are good. What was funny is I never even used to use the powders. I would just eat that like a lollipop. And I wondered why I was fat. So, obviously we just parked. I'm going to go in there and smash it. Hope you guys have a great continuation of your day. I'm going to see you inside, and let's get it, baby. Whoa! What's going on, guys? So, leg day is finished up. 229.4. So we were down technically 0.2 pounds from yesterday. Overall, every week we're going up, and I'd say probably tomorrow, realistically, but to be on the safe side, next week, I think we'll be back in the 230s, and we'll be climbing from there, which is a beautiful thing that, man, I miss seeing that 3 on the scale. You know, anything under that right now, I'm feeling like I don't know, a malnourished Girl Scout. That's fair. We had a great leg day. Legs were strong. We had those hack squats in after the RDLs. They were awesome. You just saw those. Everything else we're training really heavy. So the pendulum squats, I did like 10 reps at most, pushing it to 12 when the time comes. RDLs, super heavy. Leg press, super heavy. You know, failing at 8s, failing at 10s. But I wanted to add something for the reps, which is where that hack squat comes in. I threw 5 plates on there, which is more than I thought I would get after those 3. But 15 reps each. Felt great. Let's see what we look like. See what's going on with this pump. Get home and freaking eat, baby. All right. Ugh. I can already tell my shirt is soaked. This is gonna be a hard one to get off. All right. Oh boy. Yep. It's a bit of a mess. Okay. Whew. What's nice to see though is as the weight's going up, you know, the conditioning is still there. At least it's the new most muscular. It's called an itch. At least for the most part. So we're here for the leggies. It's a leg day. Nothing else is going to look spectacular right now because all the blood is down here, baby. Holy moly. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Left side. There we go. From the back. Whew. I'm so tired, I'm losing my freaking balance today. So you know what? Gave you a quick peek of what the leggies are doing. They're there. And on that note, my friends, tomorrow is going to be a very, very early morning arm day. I'm gonna make sure I get to sleep on time tonight because I know after a leg day I always want a little extra sleep. And on top of that, I'm getting up very early. Earlier than normal, needing to go to bed earlier than normal, and I want extra sleep. So it's gonna be a pretty rushed rest of the day in terms of meals. And then hopefully, freaking fingers crossed here, get to bed at a very reasonable hour. So, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great day. Build those legs up. Let's get it, baby.